Okay, so good morning. Man, it's been a while. I feel like I'm back in the saddle here, guys. It's been at least a month since I put out a video, I think. Somewhere thereabouts anyway. So it's about time that I got back at it. Make sure everything looks good here. I'm just trying to get a look here at my other camera. So I actually replaced my camera. I'll tell you about that here in a bit. First things first, an update on Bill. He's actually doing great. He's doing well enough that I'm back to work full time. The treatment he went and got is one of 4. He'll have another one in the end of January, and then another one 2 months later, and then the last one 2 months after that. So he's got a ways to go. But if this holds true to the treatment that he had originally 3 years ago, the worst is behind him now, because the first treatment is the one that really attacks the tumors, like when they have the strength to fight back, and then they do fight back and it's miserable, it's painful. Hopefully the subsequent treatments he has, he won't have that pain with them, because the tumors will be beaten down to where they really can't fight back. That's how it's supposed to work. So he's doing great. I'm in Leela Lake, Texas right now, which is just a little town on Highway 287 between Memphis and Amarillo. I'm just cruising through here. On my way to Amarillo to go pick up a little stack of 2 trailers, 2 16-foot trailers that I will be hauling home with me tonight, and then on down to Tomball, Texas tomorrow. And I have, turn that radio all the way off. I have my new camera installed on the dashboard, and I'll put in a little video here to show you the setup. I kind of videoed it with my cell phone a couple of minutes ago to give you a look at the new setup. Bill built me a platform mount for the dashboard. Sits it back in closer to me, so it's not out in the sun on the dash so much, a little bit but not much, and it's centered up pretty much and elevated, so it's like the ultimate spot for this camera to be. I tried a bunch of different cameras since I made my last video. The last video I made with the DJI Osmo Action 3, and I think if you compare that side by side with this one, you'll see that the video, although it was pretty decent on that one, it's not even comparable to the video on this Sony. So what I did was, after trying a whole bunch of different cameras, thinking I could get by with something smaller, less bulky, easier to mount, blah blah blah, I went right back to the Sony FDR AX100, because it's just the best camera that I can afford, and there's nothing else out there that compares to it for the ease of use for me. I know how to work it now. I know that there's a problem with it, that it could crater like the other one did, like my old one did. It could break, do the same thing, but I got this one with an extended warranty, so if it does break, it'll either be replaced or repaired for 3 years. I got a 3-year warranty on it. I probably won't be driving this truck in 3 years. I don't know. But if this camera would last 3 years, that would be great. So I went ahead and just bit the bullet and replaced it with, because everything I was looking at, I was comparing to this camera. So I finally decided, why don't I just get this camera, And I had to kind of think about it, because this is a hobby for me. I don't make any money off of YouTube. I am not monetized. I don't have enough subscribers to be monetized, or enough people watching my and if it did, that'd be great. But so I had to kind of think about this. Did I want to spend that kind of money for what's basically a hobby and not, something that's creating any income for me? And I decided, yeah, I enjoy doing it. So, and I don't really have any other hobbies going at the moment, unless you count eBay as a hobby, but that's kind of is, but it's kind of not, because it's actually making some money. So, it is, but isn't a hobby. So anyway, I guess that's kind of the whole update on all of that stuff. So I'm just back to work. I started back to work last week. Bill was feeling well enough. They needed me at work, and he was feeling well enough for me to go. So here I am. So they offered me another job after this, but it was a set of doubles going from Madill, Oklahoma to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I turned that down. A couple of reasons. I don't really want to go into New Mexico if I don't have to, because New Mexico is going to charge me extra fees when I cross the border. So it's going to cost me about $70 to go in, get the permit at the weigh station, go in, deliver my trailers, and come back out. It costs me extra money because I don't have the IFTA program anymore. So, this guy here, watch this guy beside me. I'm doing 75. He's doing at least 90. He is in a hurry. Dang. Wow. Anyway, awesome driving though. I don't know, these roads are fast roads. That's one of the reasons I like coming up 287. It's a fast road, but it's not that fast of a road. What was I even talking about that took me by surprise? Oh, I was talking about work. Yeah, so I don't really want to go into New Mexico because it costs more money. I can't just freely go into New Mexico. I have to stop at the weigh station and pay extra to legally drive on their roads. And I just don't want to have to do that. And that's not the whole deal, though. The other deal is I really don't want to haul doubles anymore. I've been trying to get out of hauling doubles for the last 6 months or so. As soon as Rodney, the new load guy, came on board, the first thing I did is I had a conversation with him about what I want to do and what I don't want to do. And what I want to do is singles, and what I don't want to do is doubles. So, and he's given me a lot of doubles, and I've taken them because I figured if he was giving them, he must really need me to take them. But they've got several guys supposedly working out of Madill that can pick up those doubles right in Madill, right at their house, instead of driving 2 hours over to get them. Now this one was worthwhile for me to drive 4 hours over to Amarillo to pick up because the pay is high because it's a stack, and I'm the closest truck they have to Amarillo. Those guys are 6-7 hours from Amarillo, the guys in Madill. I'm 4 hours, 3.5, 4 hours from Amarillo. Did I say Amarillo or Armadillo? I'm not sure. It's not Armadillo, it's Amarillo. That's where I'm going. So I don't mind doing this, and it's a long enough run that the pay's really good. It's getting stack pay for a lot of miles. Ooh, I need to stop there and fuel up on the way home. And nope, I guess I don't. They got their things bagged. Well, maybe the other side. I don't know. We'll see. This is the cheapest fuel I've seen yet today. That was $3.25, I think. $3.39 up here. I paid $3.33 in Duncan the other day. So that's what I'm burning now, is $3.33 fuel. I'm only less than a quarter of a tank down right now, where I would have stopped back there and topped it off. But I can stop on the way back through if I want to. 331. 331. I can stop in there and get it. I can get into these little gas stations with a 16-foot trailer on. No problem. No problemo. It's the 35 and 40-foot ones that make it a little difficult to navigate in tight spaces. So I'll probably be stopping here. This is Clarendon, Texas, that we just came through. So anyway, stop here on the way back through and top off my fuel. Either that, or it depends on how low I get. I can also get fuel for $3.33, I think, in Lawton, Oklahoma. So I could just wait until I get to Lawton and then top off, which might even make more sense if I don't need to stop for fuel. And I probably won't, because I may not even use 3/4 of a tank during this whole trip. I don't know. We will see. So I am 55 miles from picking up my trailers. It's, what time is it? I guess I'm going to turn my dash lights up. 7:48, so I will probably get there about 8:30ish. So I should be leaving Amarillo by about 9 with my trailers till I'm told 1. So I should be home by 1 or 2 o'clock. And then I won't work again until in the morning. I'll get up early and leave for Tomball. It's about 6 hours or so down to Tomball from the house. So that'll be easy duties. And then we'll see where they're going to send me after that. I don't know. Not Albuquerque though. Not with doubles. No on both counts. No thank you. The only question is, should I go by Starbucks before I get my little trailers on when I get to Amarillo? I don't know. I don't know if I want to do Starbucks today. Oh, I guess I'm not going to worry about it. If I'm that ambivalent about it, I probably don't need to. I made my own coffee this morning, which is actually pretty good. So maybe I'll just stop at a McDonald's on the way back through here or something. See if I can get a decent cup of decaf. It's been hit or miss with McDonald's. Some of them use really good tasting coffee and some of them use really bad tasting coffee. And I haven't figured out where all the good ones are yet. But I figured out where quite a few of the bad ones are. So, boy, Texas wasn't very good. It was okay. It was kind of drinkable once I put enough sugar in it, but man, it was acidic. It was really, really acidic decaf. So I came through there last week late and really needed a cup of coffee. I think it was Decatur. No, Bowie. Yeah. Shit, I can't remember. It's been a while. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit, just kind of give you a better view of the sky right now, because the sky this morning is absolutely gorgeous. Try and straighten this out just a little. There we go. I think that's better. But the sky is always beautiful coming through here. I'm not sure what the deal is, but I always like coming through Texas at sunrise. Just being on this, I guess it's kind of a plateau, I think. It's kind of a high spot that this highway runs along. I don't know if it's a plateau or a ridge or what it is, but it's high ground. So it's really pretty. I mean, behind us the sky is just orange and red. So I'm basically traveling northwest, and the sun is pretty much in the southeast right now because it's winter. You know, it doesn't come up just off in the east now. It's coming up in the southeast. It's very pretty today. Very pretty. truck anyway. Okay, I'm going to do an adjustment here. So I may put everything out of whack. Maybe not, maybe. Okay, it wasn't so bad. I had a cushion underneath that camera, and I think I prefer it sitting flat. It gives it a more level look. I like things level. Not big on things that aren't level. I don't know if you can tell behind me, the sun is really, it's blinding me back here. Yeah, there it is. The sun, it just came over the horizon. Came out of the clouds right here. Right here. That's the sun. It is bright. Yeah. Burned my eyeballs out. Okay, it didn't really burn my eyeballs out, but it feels like it could. It is that bright. So I've got my dimmer on this mirror up here, so it's not as bad, but this mirror over here is really rough. And that, yeah, it's pretty bright. Man. I'll be glad when it gets up in the sky a little bit more. Or we rotate a little bit better and it's not so in my back window. So it's not only blinding me this way, it's also blinding me by shining off of the reflectors on the road. And anything out there that's metal is just glowing. I don't know if you can see that on the video, but it's pretty glowy, pretty shiny. Okay. Gosh. It's just brutally bright. I am wearing photo grade sunglasses. So it's not like I've just got clear glasses on. But dang. See if I can use this truck behind me as a kind of a buffer. Nope, probably not. I'm too far ahead of him. Yeah, well, it's a good idea. Good in theory, not so much in practice. Man, that's just brutal. Brutally bright. Try that. The only thing that's going to cure that is time. Once Earth rotates enough to where the sun is up higher than my back window. Or a change of direction, which I may get a little bit of a break here because it looks like we're going to go a little more west and a little less north. I don't know if this will help much or not. We'll see. Might not help at all, actually. I might just have to just live with it until it, gets over with. I'm going to lean up here where I don't have to look at it anymore, at least in the side mirror for a little bit. Like super ultra bright. makes me think of my toothpaste, Ultra Bright. I know, I'm stuck in the 70s. If I could get Pearl Drops, I'd use them too. All you old people like me will know what I'm talking about. You youngsters, not so much. Probably. I don't know when they quit making Pearl Drops, or maybe they still make them. I just haven't seen them in the store in like 100 years. Well, probably since the 90s, maybe. Oh, that's so much better. Way much better. Sun is not in my rear window anymore, as you can see. Okay. Adjust my camera here so I can actually see what I'm videoing. So as you can see, Highway 287 is a 4-lane highway, divided with a big median. It's a really awesome road. It's the best road in this region. And when I say in this region, I mean like Oklahoma, Texas Panhandle, North Texas, clear to Dallas, or clear to Fort Worth anyway. 287 runs all the way down to Beaumont, Texas. And last week I picked up a trailer. See, I hauled a trailer from Chickasha, just north of us, about a half mile, all the way down to Willis, Texas, down on the north side of Houston. And then I dropped that trailer off there, and then I went 2 hours further southeast over to Rose City, which is by Beaumont. And I picked up a little stock trailer there, and I ran all the way on 287. Where the hell did I deliver it to? Decatur, I guess. Decatur, Texas, which is also on Highway 287. So it's back down on this same highway behind us quite a ways. But I ran 287 for the first time all the way from the Gulf Coast at Beaumont all the way up to Decatur. Actually, all the way up to Bowie. So I had never run that whole southern leg of it. I've run part of it, but I hadn't done it all. So that was kind of interesting. And I was wishing that I had my camera then, which, you know, I didn't get this camera until I got back on Friday. So I missed out on a lot of videos I could have been making, but that's okay because now I can get back to making really, you know, good quality videos. At least the video resolution should be good enough that they look really nice. You know, they're not going to be pixelated and blurry and grainy.